How are you? Today we'll discuss a very useful library for deep learning, uh, like to manipulate your arrays. Actually, image is actually array or matrix of is just like a matrix. So we can manipulate. We can say that a matrix is an array. So to process our image or to process our tensors actually tensor is also an array, is also an a matrix. So to manipulate any tensor, to manipulate any array, to perform any data acquisition or some cleaning, uh, for example, if you are following some machine learning process, you need to uh, process your data to and perform some transformations. Sometimes you perform some filters, so you are dealing with number of arrays and their indexes also matters. So for deep learning, most famous library that we use is numpy. We use numpy to process numerically, especially to process our arrays, and then after data cleaning and acquisition, you can perform any operation, training, for example, training your model, evaluate model, finding accuracy, and all this. If you want to learn machine learning process, feel free to see my video on machine learning process. I have uploaded on my channel. Mm, so guys, let's start our numpy library tutorial. So today I will tell you very basic basic process of like how to use numpy basic functions to manipulate, to process some operation on arrays. So first, oh my, okay, again launched. I launched my Jupyter notebook. Here is my numpy tutorial. So here, if you want to import your to use your numpy libraries, you must create an alias as np first, and then numpy. This means that you will use the functions of numpy in your further lines of code. Shift enter and it will process, and then my list is equal to 1 2 3. My list is simple list in an is a simple, very simple list. You can create an array or list in Python. After creating this list, you can cast it into array by using numpy library. So first function is to so first function is to typecasting typecasting from array, from list to array using numpy library. So and if you want to check what type of list is this list now, um, so use type function. When you use type function, you will see that the type of this list that we have originally created is array now, because you have typecast it, and then you are checking out what type of uh, resultant array we have got. And then and then it's the same, like you can refer it to any variable, and then when you call the variable, it will, like, if I enter this, shift enter, it will show us type, and then after assigning it to one variable, when you uh, trigger the variable, it will show you the array. And now you see that our list is converted into array. Next function, like to manipulate any random uh, list, any random array, yes, any random array and arrange. So in this function, np.arrange will np.arrange will create an array of the of elements from 0 to 11, and the remainder should be divided by 2, like the remainder should be 0. Every number should have remainder. When it's like an even number, when you divide it by 2, it will show a 0. So np.arrange, you can also shift and tab to see what did this function's parameter works like is the starting point, this is the stopping point, and this is the step. So step is 2 means it's an even number, so you can run it array using step of 2, even number, 0 to 11. And see, now it will show you this. If you put it as 3, it will show us the multiples of 3. So for me now, okay. And then np.zeros function, np numpys dot zero function constitute array of zeros. For example, when you are using classification, you want to pad it. Sometimes you need padding of your matrices. To process the padding, you need to add the rows and column of zeros. So in that particular case, we can use np.zeros. It will ask you to, first is the shape, type, order, and then you click it here. It will create 3 cross 5, 3 rows and 5 columns array matrix, and that matrix is the 0 matrix. So this function is to create 0 matrix. Creating 0 matrix array. And next is ones means 3 means one row, one row 3 column. So this also manipulate your array, also result array of ones, 0 matrix and 1 matrix. See here, I need to make you clear that this function is mean for what? Creating array of ones. And after that, like you see that if you just add one parameter, then it only get the columns, and if you get the 2D array, this is 1D array, and dimensional arrays. If you create 2D array, then you can mention your how many columns you want and how many rows you want. So we have three rows and five columns. If you create it here, it's five four. Then you see that your row increased. And then line space, this line space function constitute your elements from 0 to 0, 1.1, 2.2, 3.3, 4.4, 5.5, 6.6, 7.7, 8.8, 9.9, 11.11. So this function also, we can use this function by when you want to create line space of 11 elements, see from 0 to 11. So you are using, like, see here, line space, the starting point of line space is 0, and the start and the stop point is 11, and the number is 11. uh, so it will show you 11 line spaces. If you put it 12, see, now you'll see the line space is 12, and you insert cell above, creating line space. Okay, is line space function. And in other line of code, we will use the third parameter as 100, and in this space we have 0 to 11, and then line space is 100, so it will divide it according to 100 points. So in here you see that when you create it in 100 points, it to reach from 0 to 1, we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 elements, and then it will shift to 1. So this type of manipulation also we needed in image process. Other function is random integer. You can create an array of the random numbers from 0 to 100, and your matrix is 3 cross 3. So it it's very useful operation, because sometimes you want random numbers in your matrix array, and then you perform some manipulation. So this function is really helpful. Random integer array, and then you can run it. See, every time it will show you different result, but our range is 0 to 100, and we need matrix of 3 cross 3. So 3 columns and 3 rows with all the random numbers from 0 to 100. And then the next function is np.random.seed. uh, np.random.seed means 101. From 0 to 101, you can create uh, you can create the random integer array. And see here in description, in description oh, sorry, stay on page. Okay, so here our seed function reseed a legacy bit integer, and when you expand it, it is a convenience and legacy function. And when you only run np.random.seed, it will not give you the relevant result. And so while using it in your next function, random.rand integer, and from 0 to 100 you will create random integers, and 10, there are 10 numbers. So first this line will run, and then other line will run, and then you, in the resultant 10 elements you will get with seed of 101. So that that's not all the functions, but there is these are the very useful and very basic functions and that you can use using NumPy library. So and there are many more NumPy functions if you want to okay, NumPy tutorial. Okay, so if you want this, you can directly go to my description. You can ask me. I will send you the the code. And also, if you want to get the NumPy um, more function, you can go to the NumPy official website. Um, yes, NumPy official website. Mm, we have documentation in numpy.org. In this you can use many other array manipulation uh, functions. See here, you can find more information. So if you find any other difficulty, you can directly ask me, and hope you guys feel it helpful. If you have any problem, you can comment it down below. Thank you so much.